Viewers and subscribers, welcome back to the Sports Perspective TV. And as you can tell from the title of the video, we're going to be, looking at, Sunil Narine and his reason for declining or refusing to play for West Indies in the upcoming T20 World Cup. So there's been a lot of talk about Sunil Narine, in the past few months, especially recently because of his batting in the IPL. There's been a lot of talk of whether or not he should come out of retirement to represent the West Indies in the World Cup, which will be in the West Indies. And even Sunil Narine himself, when asked the question, he did say, at one point, he did say no, he wasn't. And then another time he said, you never know what the future holds. But then later on, he released a statement saying that, he won't be, partaking in the World Cup. So we're going to be, looking at some of the reasons or possible reasons why, he made that decision, even though, he's there's been numerous effort by, everybody involved in West Indies cricket to get him to come out of retirement to play. So we see where Ravman Powell, he has stated that, he's been trying to convince him, for over the past year, to play for West Indies in the World Cup. He's asked, some of his friends, so like Nicholas Puran, Kieran Pollard and Bravo, all who are Trinidadian, players and who Narine has a lot of respect for and are close friends with, but even them asking him to come out of retirement, those efforts have been unsuccessful. And even Coach Darren Sammy, I'm sure Coach Darren Sammy, has reached out to him and asked him as well, especially with his recent performances, so there's been a lot of effort, to try and get Narine to come out of retirement and play for West Indies, but he has made a decision not to, and I have to respect it. But I'm going to be looking at a few after what could possibly make him not want to play in the World Cup. So so if you think about it, right, for the fans, so me personally as a fan of West Indies cricket, I would love to see Sunil Narine representing the West Indies in the World Cup. There's no doubt that he's a quality bowler. He has proven that over the years, in playing in franchise cricket and playing for the West Indies, that he's one of the best, if not the best bowler in T20 cricket. It's very economical and he takes wickets, and that's what you ask for in T20 cricket. So from that standpoint, Sunil Narine definitely, if he comes out of retirement, he would definitely deserve a spot in the West Indies team and in the starting 11 as well. But as far as reasons why he would not want to do so, so some people speculate that it might be issues that he has with Cricket West Indies, why he is unwilling to represent the West Indies. But for me, I personally don't think that's the issue. Because while it has been historically recorded that Cricket West Indies, they have had issues with players at times. I don't think that's the reason why he doesn't want to play. And because if you look at it, the administration in the Cricket West Indies administration has changed, right? So it has new leaders. The coaching staff has changed. Darren Sammy is now the coach, at which Sunil Narine has a very good relationship with Coach Darren Sammy. They played in World Cups, T20 World Cups before and won the title. So he definitely has a good relationship with the coach and the coaching staff. And even if you look at the players, Ravman Powell, like I said earlier, Ravman Powell has been speaking with him, trying to get him to come out of retirement. Nicholas Puran, Pollard, Ravman Powell and Nicholas Puran are current players in the West Indies T20 team and are senior players as well. And Ravman Powell is the captain, so it's definitely, I don't think it's an issue with Cricket West Indies or the coaching staff or the players that are currently playing for the West Indies. Another reason that might happen would be that some people might argue that he just enjoys playing franchise cricket and that's what he wants to do, and he doesn't enjoy playing international cricket. Which can be a valid reason. It might be a valid reason, but for me personally, I don't think that's the reason either. And as someone who has played the sport of cricket, you know, when you have a love for cricket, cricket is cricket, no matter what level you're playing it at, whether it's franchise level or international level. I mean, I've never played cricket at such high of a level, but I know from my experience playing cricket that, the love I have for cricket, I always want to play, no matter what the level is or what the competition is, because you enjoy doing it, So I'm sure Sunil Narine would enjoy, representing the West Indies, in the World Cup. Again, it's cricket, something that you love, and once you're on the field playing cricket, then you're going to enjoy it no matter what the competition is. So I don't see any reason why he or I don't see why the argument that he only enjoys playing franchise cricket, why that would make sense, why he would not want to play international cricket, and just because he only enjoys playing franchise cricket. While playing franchise cricket, there are definitely a lot more benefits financially, especially, than he might receive playing for the West Indies. But Sunil Narine, has been playing franchise cricket for years, so he has acquired, quite a bit of fortune, money, playing franchise cricket over the world. So I don't think money is an issue for Sunil Narine, and in his decision not to play for the West Indies. And again, like I said, he definitely does enjoy playing cricket, and he has good relationships with the current crop of West Indies players and the coaching staff. So I don't think that's the reason. It would definitely not be a toxic environment for him as far as the coaching staff or the players that are currently in the team. So I don't think that's the reason either. So then another reason would be and this is my and before I go to the next reason, let me first personally say I personally don't have a problem. I don't see a problem with Sunil Narine's bowling action. His action looks perfectly fine to me, and but I honestly think that the fact that he and he did put out a statement about it, but I think he's more concerned about his bowling action, being reported, if he plays international cricket. And if you know Sunil Narayan's history, he's had numerous instances where his bowling action has been reported, especially playing international cricket. And even when he was banned for the period where he was banned from playing bowling in international cricket for, it was as a result of his bowling in international cricket. And I think that's a part of the reason why he even decided to retire, because again, he has a love for cricket, and for some reason, whenever he plays international cricket, somebody always finds an issue with his action. He has corrected that action, and even so, people still nitpick at his action whenever he bowls well or whenever he does well. And so Sunil Narine might feel as if the people in international cricket, are deliberately trying to report his bowling, whenever he plays international cricket, which is why he decided to retire from international cricket, because he plays in franchise leagues all over the world. He plays in the IPL, he plays in the PSL, he plays in Abu Dhabi. So it's not like he's just limited to certain franchise cricket leagues. He plays in franchise cricket leagues all over the world, and for the most part, there's no issue with his action. But whenever he in the IPL a few years ago, there was a slight issue, but that didn't come out to nothing. And he has corrected his action so many times, So I think the concern for Sunil Narine is, his action being reported if he plays international cricket. And if he receives a ban, in international cricket, then that affects his ability to bowl in any other franchise league, right? And in the statement that Sunil Narine put out, he did mention what the thing I noticed the most in his statement was that he said he is at peace with his decision, you know, not to come out of retirement. And if you think about it, he is at peace playing franchise cricket, right? But if he gets banned as a result of playing international cricket, then his peace, right, which is playing cricket, you know, no matter what level, you know, you if as a cricket lover and as someone who has played the sport, you know, playing cricket, you know, it does bring you a sense of peace. And I'm sure, you know, in those years where he was banned because of his bowling action, you know, and not being able to play cricket or not being able to bowl in cricket, which he was primarily a bowler, you know, that I'm sure that definitely had an impact on his peace of mind, you know, on his peace of mind. And so it's definitely understandable for me, from my perspective, it's understandable why, you know, Sunil Narine would, you know, want to protect that peace at all costs. And if that means not representing the West Indies in the T20 World Cup on home soil, then it doesn't matter to him, you know, because he has intentions of continuing to play, you know, cricket, you know, for at least a few more years. And if he plays international cricket and for whatever reason, which again, like I said, I don't see an issue with his bowling action. So I can't see why his action keeps getting, you know, reported whenever he plays international cricket. But if for whatever reason his action is reported and he gets a ban from bowling in cricket, then that would also affect his ability to play any form of cricket at all as a bowler, you know, which brings a sense of peace to him, you know, as a cricketer and as an individual, you know. So I think that's the main reason why Sunil Narine, you know, has declined declined the invitation to play for the West Indies in the World Cup. You know, like he said, you know, he's at peace with his decision, and in order to protect his peace, and which he does get a sense of peace from playing cricket, you know, in order he doesn't want to jeopardize that, you know, for anything, right? And so that's my point of view on it. You know, I think Sunil Narine, whether or not he's right for being concerned, I think he's concerned about his action and the people in international cricket deliberately, you know, trying to report his action, even though, like I said, personally, I don't see an issue with his bowling action. But some people do, and that's the reason why, you know, Sunil Narine, you know, has decided that, you know what, I've retired from international cricket and I'm at peace with it, and you know, I'm just going to let it be like that, and so I can continue playing cricket, you know, for however long I wish to play cricket. So that's my perspective or my point of view as to the reason why Sunil Narine, you know, has decided, you know, that he won't come out of retirement to play in the World Cup. Not saying my point of view is correct, not saying I'm right, you know, but you know, I wanted to share it with, you know, the cricket fans, you know, and to see what your thoughts are on the Sunil Narine issue, and why do you think he does not want to play in the World Cup again? This is cricket. The T20 World Cup is the biggest stage in T20 cricket, you know, and as the T20 game grows, you know, it will probably be the biggest stage in the cricket in general. Um, it is on home soil, so the T20 World Cup would be in the West Indies, you know, so that's another huge incentive for him to come out of retirement and play. You know, and the West Indies, you know, in T20 in the T20 format or in any format of cricket, but especially T20 format, we have a good chance of, you know, winning the World Cup, you know, so which would be another incentive for him to come out of retirement and play. But you know, I just think that, you know, the fact that he's had so many issues in international cricket as it regards to his bowling action, even when he has corrected it, I think that's the main factor that's driving his decision, you know, not to come out of retirement to play in the T20 World Cup. So, like I said, that's my point of view. So let me know your thoughts on this situation. You know, why do you think Sunil Narine doesn't want to play in the T20 World Cup? So that's all I have for you in this video, viewers and subscribers. But as always, do remember to subscribe to the video, subscribe to the channel, like the video and share your thoughts in the comment section. As always, thanks for tuning in and I'll see you in the